This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And the times that we're coming into, brothers and sisters, are indeed going to be trouble far beyond any of our imaginations, man. First off, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I hope and pray that this lesson be edifying to the elect. So this is an article that I came across. It was actually from a couple of videos that I've seen other YouTubers, put up. But, it's showing the signs of the times, man. So like it, that we're coming into, man. At the same time that this is happening, brothers have been talking about how these, the different situations at the borders and whatnot, different migrants and different articles that have been coming out saying that there's military age men coming through and, that they could be possibly like splinter cells and all this. So at the same time, when there's all these possible foreign troops, the cops are quitting in droves, man. And this has been going on for a few years now, So here we have from Daily Mail, over 2,500 NYPD cops have handed in their badges so far this year, forcing those who remain on the job to work inhumane amounts of overtime. So just think about the the level of strain on the 911 system. 2,500 cops in the city of New York gone. And then the ones that are left are forced to work inhumane amounts of overtime, as it says as it's quoted right there. So not only are the response times going to be dramatically lowered, but then when the cops do get there, they're going to be so tired and overworked that they're going to be agitated. They might not be on point. They might not be able to handle certain situations. They might be quicker to anger, what have you. So it's a whole shit show that's soon to come, and that's happening. And this is just in one city. This is happening all across the country, because of all this, these different cops, abusing their power. It's given a bad name to all of them. And don't get me wrong, there are, good ones, that are out there that sincerely do want to do the right thing. But, what we see and what we hear and what even myself personally, the majority of them are just, they're power hungry, man. They want to feel that they're the authority and that they're basically a god in a uniform, So, but this is spelling absolute disaster for the American people, because as this is happening, the crime rates are still going up. You're talking about famines are on the horizon. They're laxing a lot of laws in different states, like California, in particular San Francisco, where, people could just go in the store and I believe it's up to $1,000. They can steal merchandise and nobody's supposed to say anything. They're supposed to just let them go. And the people at the stores aren't supposed to interact with them. They're supposed to just let them go. And there's multiple incidents that I see on a regular of people doing this. Matter of fact, so like, let me get an example. 1 second. So here's the first example. Black Friday sale at Nike, which this dude Mad World posted.
Y'all all ghetto as fuck. You can't have shit over here.
They're good. Yeah.
And if these niggas is doing this dumb shit, for clothes, how much more, when they can't eat, when it's food.
Mel.
Oh. Nah, let her have it. You're gonna have to let some of that out. That's too much. That's too much. You're gonna get caught. Okay. You better. You gotta be quicker than that. The moment you walk. Round 2. She is not playing. None to lose.
Yep. And it's just, and it's going to continue to get worse, man. We're just going to continue to see things. So, I showed all that, to make this point. If this is happening, now, while there's, still relatively, a decent amount of police officers, working and, controlling the cities, how much more when there's no police at all, or damn near nothing. And when people catch wind of it, and in particular in NYPD, right, these articles coming out, how much more of a problem is it gonna be, in the streets, man? For the average, civilians, man. It's gonna be all out hell everywhere, because there will be no shield, between to being civil and anarchy, because that's, in society, that's pretty much what the cops represent, to keep order, right? So if the ones that keep order aren't around, why would the people not go ballistic, especially knowing that Esau, the so-called white man, the elites in particular, have been showing constant music videos, movies, video games, conditioning the people's minds to see a world in complete chaos, man. And that, as these devils, they're one of their sayings, order out chaos, order out of chaos. So these devils are indeed gonna bring the chaos, and then they're gonna come with the solution. And their ultimate solution is that MO to the TB, man, that Rice device, man, where they can track and trace everybody, and they're gonna use different things like this, to justify it, man. So let me see. Let me read a little bit of this. I don't want to make this too long, but it says a total of 2,516 NYPD cops have resigned so far this year. They cite backbreaking working conditions, a lack of funding, and increase in attacks by public as reasons they quit. So all of these different things are a factor, Now don't get me wrong. I personally am not a fan of police. I've had my own personal encounters with them. You know, I don't agree with the way that they conduct themselves a lot of the times, but I have met, you know, especially in particular Jake, uh, police officers. Not really Esau too much because Esau is just a piece of shit in general, and you give them a little bit of power and they abuse the shit. But I'm talking about Israelite police officers. I've met some cool ones. You know that is, you know, they could genuinely care about the community. They genuinely want to help. They genuinely, are concerned and they want to be a shield of protection. You know, they actually want to do what it says, you know, on the side of their vehicles, man, to serve and protect. You know, I have met, so I can't, you know, completely shit on all cops. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, the majority of them just so happen to be Edomites, and their majority of them are a bunch of pieces of shit, and they just want to, flex their power. They, they're part of the system, locking Jake up, sending them into, the school to prison pipeline. You know, they're purposely sent to the hoods. And ask any Israelite, any brothers and sisters, when you go to the hood, you see them all the damn time, all over the place. When you go to a suburb, it damn near feels like there isn't even a police station there, man. Straight up, I rarely see them, and I deliver to all types of Edomite neighborhoods, that got money and whatnot. I rarely see them, but when it comes to the hood, as soon as I come in the hood, there they go, over here, over there. Pull this person over, pull that person over, harassing this Jake, harassing that Jake, you know? So, and it's a domino effect when it comes to the hood, because it's like they take all the opportunity out of the hood so that the Jakes have no choice a lot of the time but to do evil and wickedness just to survive. And then they put the police there, heavy presence of police there, so that they could trap them up. And that's the devils for you, man. So now, on a grand scale, Salakia, on a grand scale, the whole country, now when you start to see famines, pestilences, uproars of the people, lack of, unemployment rates going through the roof, people are unable to afford their rent, so homelessness is going up. So now the same thing that they were doing to Jake on a smaller level, the whole country will start to feel this, and now you won't have any police officers to try to how do you say it, calm it down, for lack of a better word, stoke the flame, if I said that right, to bring the fires down a little bit. If you don't have that around, it's going to be nothing but anarchy, So, that's pretty much it. It's like, I feel like I was rambling a little bit. Let me get one more scripture. But this is the time that we're coming into, man. This is why it's so important, imperative, and it will behoove you, brothers and sisters, to come back onto Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi before the evil days come, man. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time, the time of Jacob's trouble, shall Michael, the archangel, right, stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, right? So we've got to think about as well, they have these different, that robot dog thing. They have the different, robots that are patrolling areas. So everything's lining up perfectly, with foreign troops, so it's going to be a time such as never has been since there was a nation, and it makes sense that, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi are going to raise up his men, the 144,000 with spiritual power in order to combat these things, because it's gonna be crazy. They're gonna have soldiers, super soldiers, robots, like Terminator, running around, the machine dogs, and they don't have a conscience, man. So they're just gonna be follow, whatever they're programmed to do, search and destroy. Then that's what they're gonna do, man. Gonna be no mercy. So the Lord has to raise up a standard against these things that are coming, man. And it says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, right? The elect of the nation of Israel, every one that shall be found written in the book of life, man. So as the scriptures say, let's get that real quick. Proverbs, what's that, 22. Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. Right? So how do you hide yourself? Under the shadow of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Seek the Lord while he may be found. Come back onto your power. Seek the Lord 10 times more. So if you're prudent, you'll see all the danger that's coming and hide yourself. Salakia. But the simple pass on and are punished, man. So as the Lord said in, I believe it's in Deuteronomy, he set before us life and death, man. Life is following Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Death is not following Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. So in the midst of all this trouble, seek the Lord, that you may be covered. And these troubling times are on the horizon, man. Because it's coming. It's coming, man. A time of trouble such as never been since there was a nation, man. So I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying. Salakia if it was all a little, all over the place, But I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying to your elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to your apostles and elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me his truth. Salutations to you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, find this good fight of faith. And salutations to my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say abba ball and kwam yasharallah. A shalom. To the next one.